can be able to see you on the telephone?
If you go in through the link that we sent you,
yeah, I'm gonna try it again. I tried it, but I couldn't. I'm gonna try it again.
you should be able to use that link and put in your name and the member ID number, and it should bring you to the screen.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, I'm happy that you're all on here tonight. I have an amazing specialist for you guys. Real excited about this. Cyndy Dumire with us. Cyndy, are you there?
Yes, I am. How you doing, Elsa?
Pretty good. I'm so excited to have you share with everybody tonight.
We've been friends for a long time, and I think this is the first webinar we've done together.
It is, and I'm real excited about it because I know what you've done for a lot of the investors before and
Great.
how you've helped. Cyndy's been a mentor, and she's a genius at basically lead generation. And that's what she's going to be able to help you guys with. So, Cyndy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I wanted to say thank you for coming tonight. Can everybody see their screen? If not,
Doesn't look like you're sharing yours right now.
you can't see it. Cute. They can't see it. Hold on. It's right here. Here we go.
There you go.
All righty. Okay. A lot of you know me, and I'm going to set you straight right in the beginning. I am not selling anything tonight. I'm here to bring you a lot of info. I'm here to have your eyes opened so you can get leads that no one else is getting. But I'm asking that you do a couple things. I ask you to turn your phones off, and I had to turn mine off, so you have to turn yours off, okay? Deal? And get a pen and a pencil because I'm going to be giving you a lot of info. You ready? Okay. I want to ask you a question. If you need more leads and you want to spend less money on leads and less time on leads, I have an answer. And if that sounds pretty good to you, I want you to stay here tonight, and we're going to go over some things. First thing I'm going to do is show you this house. This was the first house that I got through the internet, through a lead that came through to me. And to be honest, he popped into my email. I have no idea how he came to me, but I just want to show you. I had zero competition on this house. You can even verify me. It's 10 Marion Circle in Chelfont. And I bought this property for $222,000 with no money. I did what was called a subject to. I put $60K into it on rehabs. I borrowed it from my mother-in-law, and I sold that baby for $415,000 in 7 weeks. Walked away with a check of $105,000. How many like to make $105,000 in 7 weeks? That was my first lead. Of course, I thought every house I'm going to make $105,000. That's not true, but I did do well. I want to show you this next one we did. This house, I did a little different. This was another internet lead, and I was going to do something called a lease option. And so I put it under, I don't use any of my own money when I buy homes, and you can even see my little sign in the front. And normally when I do this, I sell the home in a weekend, and this one I did. So I picked this up on a Monday, and I put it on the market using Facebook and all my little tricks. And I had an open house for 2 days, and I sold it. So I was all excited. I got it, a lease option for $150,000, and I thought, well, I'll get some money down, and I'll get some monthly income, and then I'll get a check at the end. So if you do lease options, you get paid 3 times. Well, during the open house, a man kept coming up and following us around and wanted to buy it, but he wanted to do owner financing. So we made a deal with him. He bought it for $180,000. Now remember, I don't use realtors. I sell them myself and buy them myself. He offered me $180,000, And that would have meant I was going to make 30K in 7 days. And I actually, tell you the truth, struggled over because I would have made more money with a lease option. But Tom said, are you kidding me? 30K, you're selling it. So we sold that one. That's another internet lead. How much competition did I have? Zero. So it's awesome what you can do here. I'm not fighting people for leads. I'm getting them. There's no competition, and I get great, great prices. I want to tell you a little bit about me. A lot of you know me. I'm an author. I have written many courses. I've been in the business, believe it or not, 38 years. Yes, I will admit it. And I've mentored thousands of students throughout the United States. And I am also a very, very active real estate investor. And what you'll find out with some of these so-called gurus, a lot of them still aren't investing in real estate. We are, because in order to see the changes and to see things that are happening, you've got to be active. Because I'm going to tell you, the market is changing like crazy constantly. Now, you're probably wondering how this happened. I'm going to tell you the story. I was doing very, very, very well. I was branded in my area. Everybody knew. I go by Cyndy. Everybody knew who I was. I'd go into a house. They knew me. I had an exceptional reputation. And I was doing all my advertisement in newspapers. It was a while back. And I was doing great. But what happened was the realtors got really mad at me and went to the newspapers and said, if you put any more Cyndy's ads in, we're not going to put any more real estate ads in. So needless to say, I got cut off. I was not permitted to put any of my selling homes in there. I wasn't allowed to do anything. So all of a sudden, I had zero way to market my homes, zero way to produce, to get leads. Everything just stopped. So real quick, I thought, well, I'm going to open up my own newspaper and I'll show them. Well, my skills, I'm not a great writer, and I would die, but that's how desperate I was. So what I did, I had a idea that I might be able to do something on the internet. I couldn't even turn the stupid computer on, and my kids were laughing at me, but I spent 9 months, I am not kidding, working on this, and I came up with a system that actually worked. And I'm going to show you a little bit. Here's a big picture, and it's just, I want to give you an overview. You can go and advertise on the internet. You can advertise on Facebook. You can advertise, that little sign up top is Craigslist, in case it's a peace out thing. You can advertise on Craigslist. You can advertise on LinkedIn. Problem is, if you're advertising only on Facebook or advertising only on LinkedIn or whatever, you're not building your brand. It's sort of like you take a glass and you drop it on the ground. And each one of those pieces of broken glass is a marketing method. None of them tie together. What we figured out how to do is to tie all the different social media and everything out there on the web and SEO to bring them together so they work on each other. I've had my Craigslist ads rank in the first page of Google. It is insane. But one thing I learned, that this is the way to do it. They have to bend on each other. And my Facebook builds my website, back and forth. So if you understand, they have to work together in order for you to get leads. Now, I want to show you something. This blew my mind. Internet. In 2018, if I thought back 10 years ago, and if I ever thought what I'd be carrying around with me all the time, my phone. And I don't know if you're like me at all, but if I go out shopping and I don't have my phone, I feel like I'm naked. I have to go back and get it. I'm out of touch with the world. It's stupid, but that's exactly how it is. And I'm sure most of you are like that also. I couldn't believe how much I need, the internet. You won't believe this, but 95% of North American population is connected to the internet. 95%. That's a pretty high number. Also, mobile devices, and we just pulled this data up because we have to keep updating this all the time, but I know that's higher. Most of your leads and most of the millennials right now, they're all using their phone. If you doubt me, I go to Starbucks, go to fast food, go to Chipotle. I was in line at Chipotle, and there was 23 people in front of me, and there was 19 people on their phone in line. And I was off. I should have been another one on there, but I was counting, so I wasn't. But people are on their phones. And if you are not using this device to get leads, you are missing out on so many things. Look at this. Here's like 48% of searches on real estate are done on the phone. You can see where the arrow is, food and beverage. I mean, you can order all your food, but look where they're looking for properties on their phone. My daughter just bought a home in Connecticut, and the way the millennials and the new generation are doing it, they're not getting a realtor and having a realtor go out and look for a home. What they do is they go and search the internet, they find their own home that they want, and then they either contact the owner or they contact a realtor. They don't use realtors to find homes. They're on their phone looking. So this is really the whole way of buying and selling homes has changed drastically in the last 5 years. So you need to be up on this cutting edge in order to get the leads. If not, you're going to be doing what I call the investor scramble. And that's when you go to a house and there's a stack of yellow letters, or there could be other things there, and everybody's fighting for the same deal. And what happens is somebody that doesn't have experience goes in, pays top dollar, and you do not get a deal. So you've got to really change your whole tactic in order, to get these leads. I'm going to start with Facebook. Facebook has 2 billion daily users. It's insane. Facebook is one of the biggest social networks there are. Who would have thought? But I mean, I advertise on Facebook this. A lot of my homes, I advertise on, as I said, I do not use realtors, and I don't purchase from realtors, even though realtors are my friends. But I do it all on my own, and I use social media. It's crazy. This one's going to surprise you, and I'm going to get into more detail down the road. So, don't feel, you're missing out on anything. LinkedIn has 133 million U.S. users a day. 53 a day, but 133 million users. This is unbelievable. If you are not using LinkedIn to generate some leads or to get out there and have exposure, you're missing the boat. Twitter. Okay, Twitter. I'm not a big Twitter person. My daughter does a lot of my marketing for me now. And she tweets, and there's 328 million active users. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple little things here. The best time to tweet is 4 o'clock Eastern, okay? The reason why, I guess all across the United States, the 4 o'clock Eastern is the prime time. If you want to get your tweet retweeted, it's the best time. Also, Fridays are your best time to get retweeted. So if you want to retweet a lot, you want to go on Friday, but make sure you're around 4 o'clock on Eastern. Very, very important. This one will blow your mind also. Pinterest. Pinterest, everybody thinks is just a little thing women look at and share and all that. There are 25 million users out there and 4 million a day. It is the third largest social network and the fastest growing. And if Pinterest, believe it or not, is a lead generator, and I'm going to show you a little bit down the road how you can do this. And I think you're beginning to see, your eyes are beginning to open, that there's a lot more out there than just the regular standard, and you need to be changing what you're doing. All right, Google. Well, we all know about Google. We Google everything. We Google for reviews. Everybody Googles. You don't know what to do, how to fix something, you Google it. Do you realize there's 3.5 billion searches every day? And do you realize how much opportunity is waiting for you if you're using Google and you're doing it right? Your leads can actually come to you. We do a lot of SEO, and the leads actually come to me, and it's phenomenal. Now I want to show you something. Websites. We have websites. If you need help with websites, I'd be glad to help you or whatever. But I just wanted to show you this. This is on one of my websites. I had 20,854 visitors. In 1 week, 781. Okay? That is visitors. Down below are how many are leads that filled out my leads. 10,000 leads. This was, I think, done in, what was it, April. So in 333 leads a week. This is unheard of. If you divided out the amount of leads that came through and the number that people came in and leads, that's a 48.6 conversion. Websites are really important. You've got to have the right one. It has to be laid out right. Even the colors have to be a certain color to get people to chew it. I can look at a website and tell you, what your conversion rate is going to be just by looking at it. And a lot of these websites you see, they have an awesome back end, what to do with the leads and everything. And it's phenomenal. But the problem is, in order to use the great back end, you have to have the leads coming in. And most websites, real estate websites, are getting approximately 8 to 10% conversion. So you've got to be very careful what you're doing and how you do it. So you want to get a high conversion on that. You don't want to waste money. Okay, here's a little tip. This is one of my little pet peeves. A lot of people, when they price homes, they go $299,000 or $199,000 or $499,000. Do not do that. You want to go to the full number. For instance, instead of $299,000, you want to go $300,000. This is the reason. Once I explain it to you, you will get this. 99% of the realtors do not know this. So when you price your home, when people search, let's say I'm going to go on Zillow or I'm going to go on Realtor.com. I'm not going to search 275 to 299,000, right? I'm going to search 275 to 300. So you've got to make sure you have an even number. Now, if that makes sense to you, because you don't search that way when you're looking to buy homes. So why would you price it that way? It's very, very, very important. All right, Craigslist. Oh, I just love it. Everybody is saying, I'm not getting anything on Craigslist. Craigslist is like a wave. I've been doing Craigslist a minimum of 10 years. And this is probably a really good lead gen. And what this is, the thing on Craigslist, you've got to be seen. So when you if you go on Craigslist, you can put the properties in a list form. You want to be the one that stands out. When you look at those lists, you want to have a little bit of humor. You want to be a little different. You don't want to be like everybody else. And so you've got to be seen. When you post is critical. Where you post is critical. Now, what has happened lately is some of the larger cities like DC, Miami, I don't know, some of the larger cities are charging you now to post. What you can do is go a little more in the outskirts because people still search, so you don't have to pay that $25. And I'm going to go on and tell you when to post and what type of ads. Also, content is critical. I look at some of these ads and they just put 4-bedroom house, whatever. There's nothing there to entice. And you have to have a picture. You've got to have a picture. All right, now I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. Craigslist is sort of like the way I invest. How do I find properties? I look and see what everybody else is doing, and I do the complete opposite. Because when I do the opposite, I don't have any competition. So, what everybody else is doing on Craigslist, do the opposite. Some people don't put pictures up. Some people have the worst title. You've got to have a good title. I want you to post twice a day. Explain to you what times. When you go on twice a day, I had somebody, a friend of mine that got up 5 in the morning and put all her Craigslist posts up, and she thought she was just so good. She checked it off her list. But what she doesn't realize is there's 100 listings on a page, and by 7 o'clock, she's 3 pages down. So, it's very, very important to, when to post. What you want to do, if you're thinking about it, you want to post when people look at, the Craigslist. When people look at it is usually when they get up before work, mostly at lunchtime, if they're looking, and then right after dinner when they're home. So there's your times when you want to post. You want to post, right around 8:30, noon to 12:30, and then, after dinner, anywhere from 5 to 6, because that's when people do it. Monday is your best days. I'll tell you what was really funny. We have a number of rentals, and we normally rent our properties during one weekend because the way we do it. And I get more calls on Monday after it's rented because people say, well, I'll take care of it Monday. People procrastinate, and Monday is one of the best days where you can get on there and post, and people will look, believe it or not. For rentals, if you have rentals, here's a good tip for you. People that have rentals are usually procrastinators, and their lease usually runs up the first of the month, and when they want to rent is the 3rd week of the month. So if you're doing a rental, we always make sure that we're ready for that 3rd weekend of the month because we know we're going to rent it. We do all our PR. So there's another little tip for you. And also in Craigslist, on the title, they give you a certain amount of characters. I think it's 54, correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to use everything up that they give you. On the internet, whenever you're given free space to promote anything, you use up all the space. It's just what you want to do. Even when you're filling out like citations or information, you want to fill everything out because it's free and it'll get you higher rankings. Now I'm going to show you a couple of my ads. Here's one. This ad, does very, very, very well. You can see up in the title, the title goes all the way, we have the answers. And Philly, Bucks, and Montgomery, that's the towns. That goes on separate. So you can see it says rent to own, lease option. How does it work? We have the answers. And what you want to do is you want to go rent, just real simple, and direct them to a website. And that's what I do. Please do not put copy and paste in there because you will get flagged. It just doesn't work. But this is for somebody, this is a really good, well-converting ad that I have. Now, there's 2 types of people in the world. I am one of these people that I want to see everything quick. I want the bullet points. Don't confuse me with a lot of wording. Then there's other people like my husband who wants to read everything. This is an ad that we do. And I call this, it's almost like call it the Dairy Queen ad, and you can't really see it, but down at the bottom, I put pictures of every type of house that I'm interested in buying. Like I'll put a condo, I'll put a rancher, these are, I think, almost all our properties, a townhome, every different things, because when I'm looking to buy someone's house, I don't want to put a property that's, very high, and someone has a fixer-upper. I don't want them to feel stupid calling me, and I don't want to put all fixer-uppers. One has a nice house that doesn't need any. So I put in a variety of homes so people can relate to it, so they can feel like, oh, she understands me. So this was the type of ad that I have for those that are like bullet point, the things. Now, I'm going to show you, this is what my husband would prefer. This would overwhelm me. But I put all this in here. He will read, he will read everything on there and go through it and study it, analyze it, run graphs, charts, know everything about it, but that would not be me. This appeals to those people that are thinker brains that like details. Okay? I'll show you. Having trouble here. Won't let me switch. There we go. See, Tom's here. I have to have a nerd tech with you at all times. She's by my side. Anyway, okay. Facebook. Facebook is phenomenal. Facebook is a two-way conversation. I don't know if any of you follow me on Facebook or not, but you can see I interact tremendously. I also, I do on my personal page a lot of funny things because I want to put a smile on people's face. But you've got to interact. If you just put something up there on Facebook and just expect people to relate to you, you're not. Facebook is your personality. And this is probably, I love Facebook. It's just the best ever. And I'm going to explain it on this. We got a video popping up here. I don't know what's going on here. Here we go. All right. So here's how Facebook works, and I'm going to give you a general idea. Your personal page is basically the hub. So in order to make money on Facebook, you need to have a personal page. Then what you do, this is all free, okay? This isn't costing you anything. What you do from your personal page, you go and you add fan pages. And each fan page, if I told you I had 65 fan pages, I might even be underestimating. But a fan page is what I use to promote, how I advertise. I have one Cyndy buys houses, I have lease to own, rent to own, sell your house PA. I have all these fan pages and people search, come on, I can post and I can promote. And I make more money off of Facebook than you can imagine. I do so well with rentals. I do so well selling and buying. Facebook is my number one thing go-to, but everything else builds upon it, and that's why I'm so successful with it. Now, I just want to explain to you, Facebook changes constantly. I mean, every week something new is coming up. And the profile picture, that is a picture. And what I do is I'm really big at being personal, and branding so big to me. I do not want to seem like a big corporate company. And what happened and how this started, and you'll see, we used to be insured home buyers. And Tom one day changed it and did Cyndy Buys Houses and made it real personable. So I want to be someone you feel comfortable talking to, because when someone contacts me from Facebook or Craigslist or goes to my website or Googles me or SEOs me, they feel like they can trust me, and that's what I want. You can trust me. I'm not going to mess you over. And they know that, and it just adds credibility. So when you put your profile picture up, I don't want a real staunchy one. I want something like a relaxed picture of the person next door. And that the pixels are there, what size and everything. Your banner or your cover, they change names, has to have something that it can relate to the business. You're now allowed to do a little bit of call to action, and you can put some contact information, but it is much more important to use pictures. Pictures explain everything. Pictures explain 1,000 words. Now, here's an example. This is before, we still have this one, but we go Cyndy Buys Houses. But you can see, I'm not too scary there. And this is called the cover page. And you can see right away what I do. People, when they go on Facebook, if they have a cute little name, I forget their real name, but I remember their Facebook name. And people all know what I do by just coming on Facebook. All right, here's another one. This is, you look at this picture, you can tell right away I sold a house, right? So you know. Now here's what's really crazy. with Facebook, this ad, I should have put this on here. This ad is a house I had, and I started to get a couple negative remarks from realtors, because sometimes realtors get sassy with you. And instead of just deleting them, I do something a little bit different. I respond to them, and I try and turn them in from a critic to a friend. And I remember on this house, it just made me think of it. I invited her out to lunch and explained to her what I would do and all this great stuff. And we sort of became friends. And what else happened to me that was so funny just within the last 6 months? The president of the board of realtors, who told everybody that they wouldn't let me advertise, and pulled me out of all the newspapers. They now promote me in all their offices. If you need any trouble and can't do anything, they give my name out. So here, instead of getting aggravated at this guy, he actually now promotes me in all his offices. So, it's how you handle people that means a lot. Okay, on Facebook, you want posts that pull. Now, what do I mean by that? Facebook, you want killer pictures. You want pictures that attract. You want to have great content or funny content. And you have posts that people want to share. So if I'm running an ad on Facebook and somebody shares it, I might pay 7 cents, for a lead on Facebook. Now, here's the cool part. If they share it onto their Facebook page, that's called organic. And guess who doesn't have to pay? Me. So all of the ads, all my posts that are shared, the people click. It's free. It's called organic. So I don't have to pay for that. So what I want when I'm selling something or doing houses, I want them to share, and I will. I also do posts to get viewers to interact, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the changes in Facebook lately. The algorithms have changed. Here's what you need to do. You need to interact, and you need to be real with your people. If you interact, they will interact back, and you will have no problem. I get tremendous amount of posts and likes, and people share for me because I'm back and forth. Facebook is not just a business. It's part of you. And this might seem a little overwhelming, but trust me, it isn't. You've got to be real on these social medias, and people will be real for you. I go into a house and people will tell me everything about them and everything. And if I get 3 leads to come in through my website, one of them I usually sell to a realtor, one I don't want, and one I put under contract. So I have a 1 in 3 conversion rate, which is insane. So the best time to post on Facebook is 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you're in another area, you can do a time post. You don't have to do it then. You can put it on timed. Now here's what I mean by a picture can do 1,000 words. I'm advertising here on people that are upside down. I got a lot of response on this. So if people are behind on mortgages, I have a way to help them. I know what to do. And this is a really great converting one also. Here I also put on, like little articles, but then I have a cute little picture on the get a bit stressed. Yeah, why do you ask? That thing got shared. You can see at the bottom 22 times. And so this is 22 people that have kept sharing to their friends on their page. So they are promoting me, and it says right up there, insured home buyers. There's a picture of Tom up there. But that's what happens. So they share me. I don't have to. Now, this is crazy. I had 65,000 likes on my post. I mean, that is nuts. And, each one of those posts is a relationship. They have liked something I did. This is interaction. This is so important to have. Pinterest. Okay, I know the guys like, oh, here we go again, Pinterest. Pinterest is phenomenal. Pinterest can bring you in leads. Pinterest has a totally different mindset than any of the other ones. It's visual social market. What I mean by that, they like pictures, okay? It's like National Geographic. You'll like the pictures. That's what this is. So women see things, and you can put links on there. So when they click on one of my pins, they can go to my website. It's awesome. It's an excellent way, and I bet 99% of you never thought of this to do this. Great way to generate buyer, seller, and it's great for credibility. I don't care if you're just starting out or if you're a seasoned investor. You know, all these techniques work. And also, when you go on Pinterest, it really helps with your SEO. SEO means search engine optimization. So that is how much, if someone types in sell your house Quakertown or whatever, it comes up, that's your SEO. So I'm trying to give a cute little definition. But you've got to post good content. Now, on Pinterest, there's three things you've got to think. I don't know if you ever listen to Mark Lemonis, but his three little P's. Well, Pinterest has their own. They have principle, practice, and profit. Principle is what you want to do is encourage people to follow you on Pinterest. Practice means you want to keep repeating and doing the same thing. This all becomes like automated. And the profit means you have followers and you have people that are going to purchase from you, recommend you, and it's crazy. It's just a great way that no one ever thinks about. If you want to pin, the best time to pin is an Eastern Standard Time, 2 to 4, or 8 to 1 a.m. Eastern Standard. That is the best time to get repinned, all right? That's when the women are on there. That's when people are on there. And also, the best time and day is Saturday morning because people are relaxing, they're going through Pinterest, and the second best day is Wednesday. So Saturday and Wednesday, okay? Now, what you've got to do is set up your account. So easy. And then you want to set up boards. You could have houses for sale, looking to buy. You can have articles. It is great, and it shows you what to pin and when to pin. You'll get followers, and they will share, and they'll follow everything that you put up. A lot of people will always get people to join them on Pinterest because they convert them into their website and into leads. It creates what's called backlinks, which is SEO. It helps with you building. And there's a lot of do's and don'ts. You want to have high quality pictures or good pictures. You don't just want to slop anything up there. You want to have things that are interesting, and you get promoted for free. Here's something. This is so important. Every pin, you could get 3 hits to your website. 3 hits for every pin. All right, here's how Google, when you get all these things working together, if you look up at the top, there's these right here are paid for ads. They can be costing anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month. They're called paid for ads, pay for click, and all these over here are ads. They pay to be here, and they pay every time. They could have, this one could have cash homes, and every time you search, that will come up. I did a search, buy my house, Quakertown's one of my areas. And you can see, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I'm not there. Truly, okay, I'll let Truly have one of them. But it goes down, I think I was 7 times on that page. So, this is just some of the results. Here's another one. This is, we've updated this. This normally has a picture of me right now. But you can see, Cyndy buys houses, and you can see, all the information on it. These, again, are paid. Anything with yellow is paid. Now, the funny thing is, when people go on, they skip past the paid ads. They want to, I don't know why, they want to go down here, and you'll get a higher conversion rate. Let me see. This one's on Spies houses. Okay. Then we got, I guess I doubled. Okay. Now, here how you rank for first place on Google in a few hours, and you can do this. You've got to go and register on Google, all right? And go on Google Places. Then what you've got to do is do citations. And what a citation is, I'm trying to think of business listings. Yelp is one. Be careful on Yelp. I'm warning you on Yelp. List your business on Yelp. But what Yelp does, they go, and if you have a lot of good, reviews, sometimes bad ones pop up there and you have to pay them to get them off. So stay away from Yelp. Put your listing on there, but do not. I cringe when I see businesses says, like us on Yelp. Don't do that. Don't. Okay, you do videos. I do a lot of YouTube videos, and you've got to have an online interaction. It's must. You've got to interact. You've got to be real with the people. Also, your website cannot be static, and you've got to do this in this order. Most important thing on your website or whatever you do, you've got to make sure it's mobile, because I look at some of these people and they don't have their website mobile. So when the people all pull it up on their phone, there's nothing there. So that is really, really important. In LinkedIn, if you don't belong to LinkedIn, I want you to join. This is really great because it gives you credibility. If you're looking for private money lenders, here's a good little tip, what you can do. You start a group. Create a group, and all of a sudden you're an instant expert. When you do your LinkedIn, you want to fill out your profile as professional as possible. Fill it all in. What drives me crazy is this is like one of the most, it's like a resume. And people, you don't want to just slop it together. What you want to do is have it so good, explain what you do, have pictures up there, keep active, join groups, and become an expert. So if you're looking for private lenders, become an expert in there. Open up a group. People will join. You'll be surprised. You will have private lenders coming to you. You can also do that for selling homes, buying homes. A trick that I use, I usually don't like to go high-end homes because I'd rather do the bread and butter, as I call them, in, out, and get paid quick. And I have done a couple high-end homes and have students that have had high-end homes. And we have used LinkedIn to sell that home. For instance, if there's a large company there, we might join that company and post the home on that company. Or if there's a hospital, or you hit the HR person right away, you know who it is. You do some searches on LinkedIn. You can also, if there's schools around there or colleges, you can contact, the personnel. You can post it on there that you have a house for sale. We sold many homes that way. So you can use LinkedIn, but you need to become an expert in your field, and you need to be credible. So I think you might be understanding a little more. The big picture, you can see how they all work together. You've got to do them all, in order and do it together. If you do just one, you won't get the results that you're doing. And, it really, really is beneficial. You don't have competition. I mean, it is so much better. I look in my local area, and I'm in an area where there's a lot of investors. And everybody's fighting over. We used to have a meetup, and they're all talking about the same leads and how they're getting it. They all knew about them. And I mean, I just don't, do that. I want to get a good price, and I want a good deal. So, or you could choose to do this. Won't go again, Tom.
Not letting me in.
There we go. Have you ever seen this? I mean, oh my goodness. I've used bandit signs, don't get me wrong. But this is like crazy. And if you feel like your marketing is looking like this, you might want to change. And you might want to think a little more of the internet instead of this, because, they're all there. So what we're doing, I am not selling you anything. I want to bless you with something. We're going to be doing a series coming up to take people in 5 easy steps to get to the next level of real estate, and whether you're brand new or if you've been in the business and doing it. And we are going to give you away today. We put 2 docs together for you. 50 words that flag on Craigslist. And on Craigslist, it can get a little tricky because they can flag your ad and you're saying, why did my lead stop? And what happens, they call ghosting. And you have to go incognito to see if it's up there. But you swear it's up there, but Craigslist took it down. And there's 50 words that will definitely get you flagged. So we'll give you those. And one of them, and a lot do it, is copy and paste. Do not. That's a biggie. And also there's a whole list of cash and everything. Also, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but they have a thing called Facebook jail. I have a friend of mine that sold apartment guru that sells a course on it, and he kept getting locked out of this shut his whole account down. He was using some words like cash. I think the title of his book, I think even had cash in it. I said, there's your problem. You can't use the word cash in there on Facebook, or you will definitely, get locked down. So if you're interested in the freebies, you can go to cindygetsleads.com and we'll send it to you and it's yours. So I hope I've given you some insight. I hope I've opened your eyes to a whole new level and a different way of investing. And I hope you've got a lot out of this tonight. And Elsa, it's yours.
Well, I really appreciate you doing this tonight, Cyndy.
Oh, no problem.
Everybody's I hope, gotten some good information. I know I took a full page of notes over here.
Good.
So I hope everybody did. I will be sending out the replay link, and we look forward to next Tuesday, same time, same place, for you to be able to answer people's questions.
Absolutely.
As
Love
an
to.
awesome mentor that you are, I'm sure you can definitely help them out with the lead generation or with their leads.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to.
So looking forward to that as well. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions before we go tonight? If you are muted, you can do the *7 to unmute. Anybody have any questions?
Wow, I must have done really well.
I have a question.
Sure.
So is there a program that Cyndy runs? I do have the websites that she actually uses, but I am not getting any seller leads at all.
Yeah.
I've had those websites for 2 years now, and I've been paying the monthly subscription religiously every month. I get rent-to-own leads with very little effort. I get cash buyer leads, but seller leads, zero. Same
Okay.
website.
All right. There's some tweaks you probably need to be done to your website. Might be able to help you with that. It's also everything that I do, I direct to my website. And you will see, even when I post on Facebook, I mean, I look at people putting ads up, and they put all the information on Facebook. I do not do that. What I do is I direct everybody to my website. Do I answer questions? Let's say they say to me, Cyndy, can you tell me what you pay for my house on Facebook? And I say, do me a favor, go to my website. I'd be glad to help you, but I interact. I think your problem is you're not in enough, you don't have enough social media out there directing them in. And I mean, if you want, we're going to be going through 5 steps and, doing it, and you're welcome to sign up and we'll go through it. But yeah, that's where are you advertising now? How are you doing it?
Well, a lot of I'm still, it's a combination of SEO and direct mail. And
Okay.
I'm still doing the old-fashioned, bandit signs. But I want to get off of that. I want to focus more on the online marketing, really.
Yeah, I do not. You're laughing at me for this. I'm very thrifty. I do not pay for any click ads. I do not pay for any words. I average around 7 cents a lead. And I mean, it's just totally different switch. And as I said, you can, when you do pay per click, you can pay up to $5,000 a month on pay per click, and it adds up quick. So I just have a different philosophy. And you can have VAs do this. You can have a lot of different ways, but you need to change how you're marketing. I mean, don't get me wrong, bandit signs are great if it depends on your area, but if there's 42 signs on the corner, it's hard.
Okay. Now, the other
also
question
have
I was
go
going to
ahead.
ask also is that, I mean, you've given us a lot of good tips today, but it does require, yeah, you really have. But it does require some work, though. So if
And that's
somebody even has a full-time job, how are they going to be able to combine this, balance this with that?
Okay. It really isn't. And I tried to cram a lot in here, and people sometimes get over. It isn't that bad. You take it step by step. It is not that bad. If I told you, I probably in the beginning spent 3 hours a week on marketing doing this. Okay.
Wow.
Now it's probably, you'll laugh at this, 10 minutes. And why I say that is because when you build it, it's like building a house. You put your foundation down, and then you put the studs up, you put your walls up. And every time you're building something on the internet, it feeds into the future. And that's what I do. So once I had this going and getting this, I dominate my market, and it's so little because I have all these backlinks. It sounds crazy, but it works. So in the beginning, I staffed 3 to 4 hours, maybe 4 a week. And that's not much at all to getting leads.
No, that's true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We also have another question here of what's the best lead generation you recommend?
Doing it this way, I mean, one on their own do not work. Like as I said, you could do Craigslist and do ads like crazy on that. You could also do Facebook and do ads like crazy. You got to do them all together and build on each other and send them to your website, because it's like having a wheel with one spoke. You've got to have all the spokes. So there is not just one thing. And trust me, I've been in the business 38 years. I could tell you what your conversion rate would be on yellow letters. I could tell. I've been doing it for so long. And it's not just one thing. It's all of them working together. And you want to build this so when you do, it automates on your own and you don't have to do it anymore. It's great. So as I said, I've been doing this 10 years and I don't do anything right now. It's pretty bad. My daughter tweets for me once in a while, but that's about it.
That is what's nice about even using programs like the ifttt.com to basically you post in one place and then it posts it in the other places for you. So that's one way to kind of just automate the system as well.
What is that called again? IFTTT?
ifttt.com.
Okay.
It's free, and it can link up your Facebook, your Twitter, and LinkedIn, and I think a few other places, so that when you post on one, it can also post it to the other for you. Okay.
Well, normally, too, if you have your Facebook set up properly, when I post on Facebook, it actually goes everywhere. So you can do those adjustments inside your Facebook also.
Okay.
And we have also a question. Do you recommend I purchase your Craigslist course on Carrot?
You can use that. Yeah, it's good. Trevor's been selling that, for a long time. If you want, you're welcome to. It's good. But you just can't use Craigslist. You got to use them all. That was just like a small part of what we do.
Okay, we have any other questions?
So if somebody wants to kind of work with you, Cyndy, so what's because I don't even though I know you're going to share this 5 steps, versions of emails, I mean, is that really gonna cut it? Is that gonna get us started, or do you
Yep.
think we need something?
You know what? I'll give you a little tip of what I'm doing. And as I said, I've mentored thousands of students and still am mentoring students. And we're going to try something totally different. And we're going to do, I can do all types of marketing and help. And what we're going to be doing is a calls once a week and going over the brand new tips, things that are doing. That's what we're going to be doing. And I mean, you're the first to know. So we'll be showing about pixels and all this great stuff. So you can do it yourself, but it'll be given to you in bite-sized pieces. And so you'll have like homework to do, and you do it. Or someone does it for you. But that's what we're going to be doing. And, we're going to go over what type of website on one email and just go through the different steps to get you, no matter where you are in your business, to the next level. Because one thing I have seen is that people, I don't think anybody has done that. I mean, it is sit down and we even have, I think even one of the free things we're giving out is a marketing conversion. Like if you use postcards, if you use letters, whatever you're doing, how many you have to send out to get what type of lead and how many you need to do. Like what we do is we find out how much do you want to make in a year. I sort of work backwards. And then when you figure out, let's say you want to make 150 this year, then you divide it up per month. Then you divide up what you need to do in order to bring that revenue in and what type of marketing, if that makes sense. So I don't think anybody's done this before. And we've been doing this, and I said, let's give it a shot. So we're going to be doing calls on that. So, anybody can do it. It changes constantly. And the thing is, you can something on Facebook today, and it could change tomorrow. So you've got to be up on it and say, here, tweak it this way. Or even on like your website, like we have 2 or 3 pages we add because we found out they convert. And we actually get hard money lenders coming in from our Facebook, our website. So it's how you do it, and it's little tweaks. And what's cool is it changes. And there's not one thing you can do that doesn't change. This whole business is morphing constantly.
Okay.
Cyndy, I have a question. This is
Sure.
Rick. My question is, so it would be more of a course, or it would be more of a coaching that you are planning to?
We're gonna. I have a course, but I'm gonna.
I'm not interested in course.
I know. That's what. So this, I have one, and I'm not selling it to you. What we're going to do is something totally different. We're going to, let's say you're in a market and you're not getting leads. We're going to have, it's going to be a group coaching thing where you can put in questions and say, I'm not getting leads. Did you try this? Send this. Here's a piece of mailing that's working right now. This type of thing. And we're going to show also little things to do. My daughter and I run a Done For You program for Leads in 3 hours. And what we're doing is you're getting both of us every week. And we're going to be doing coaching calls and helping you as a group and, whatever we can do to get you to the next level. Because I found out a lot of these students, they're running into a brick wall. And if you're in Philadelphia, where I am, or north of Philly, or if you're in Alabama, it's going to be different. You're not going, or if you're in California. So the students I mentor are nationwide, and I know the market. So something's going on in Indy isn't the same. So you've got to look at your market, and it has to be analyzed what type of people you have and what works. So that's what we're going to be doing. But as a group call, it's not going to be one-on-one.
Okay.
Sound interesting?
Yes.
Good.
Hey, Rick, I think you'd really enjoy
Right.
working with Cyndy on this. I really do.
This is fun.
Yeah. And I know what Rick does. So, yeah, I think it would be a good fit.
Great.
All right. Any other questions? Well, I really appreciate everybody being on here tonight, and thank you, Cyndy. This has been awesome.
Thank
as
you,
always.
Elsa. I love you to death. And I hope your dog gets better.
Oh, she is, thank goodness.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Well, thank you, everybody. Hopefully you guys will all come on next week and be able to ask Cyndy questions on your deals, on marketing, on whatever you need to.
Sounds good. See you next week.
See you next week. Good night,
Have
everyone.
a good one.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.